To my channel, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. And if you're returning, thank you for your patience, and I truly do appreciate everyone out there that supports my very humble channel. And we're just gonna go full on for you tonight, Aquarius. We're going to get an in-depth reading. I want to get some details. I want to find out what's going on with you, and really help bring the message forward for you, Aquarius, and hopefully tell you what's going on in your love space, in your heart space, in your heart chakra, and messages from spirit, and bring that forward as well. Okay, so if you are unsure of the boundaries of this reading, please pause this video right now and look at the description box below. It talks about it being a general reading. Roles can be reversed. Looking at other messages for your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Jupiter, and also your sun. It depends what you're looking for in this particular reading. And enjoy my channel. Other messages out there may resonate more depending on what it is for you and your star chart. And just remember this, to have fun with this, to enter this reading with an open heart and an open mind, and be ready to receive the message, because sometimes spirit gives you the messages that you need, not necessarily what you want. Okay, so for those that want something fluffy, this is not the channel. This is definitely not the channel. If fluffy comes in, that's all good, we like that, but 9 times out of 10 this will be for those that are seeking just a little bit more depth perception when it comes to the spiritual side of who they are and what's going on with them in the cosmos, and we're just going to go from there. Okay guys, and if you're a cross watcher, just know if you've come into this reading and you're actually watching it, 9 times out of 10 it is for you as I say it, but feel free to switch it however the roles fall or fit for you. Okay, alright guys, let's go, let's do it, let's get into it, because I always get lost in the intros. Alright guys, I'm going to get a Moonology Oracle card, and I'll support that with the Isis Oracle card as well. Just going to get into your energy right now. Thank you, Aquarius. Ooh, and I know why, because what is on tonight? We have Supermoon, and it is Scorpio, last Supermoon of 2020, and it says emotions are running high, and I will, yes, I'm going to agree on that. And it's not because we're feeling emotional, it's just that in this space Aquarius is just feeling it. You know, it's like a weight, the weight of it. It's interesting because they just made a play on the word. I'm thinking the heaviness of it, but they actually said the weight, and the weight is actually the WAIT, the weight of it. You've been waiting for something, and it's causing you to feel quite, I'm going to say, unbalanced and or emotional, which is if you're being kind to yourself, because sometimes we forget to be kind to ourselves. In a supermoon, allow yourself to feel those emotions, don't block them out. And I know Aquarius is like, we don't like emotions, but spirit, when it comes to listening to your own intuition, the thing about intuition, and this is something I heard from a very knowledgeable person, is that intuition calls you forward and asks you to change. Now that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Change is never a comfortable space, and because when there is change, and there is change happening in the world, let's bring that forward, that emotions do run high. And now we can look at it in many different ways. Are we high vibrational? Are we using this time to be of the high vibrational space, or like the emotion of love? Are we raising that level of love? Are we rising to the frequency of love and being a part of it? Or are we emotionally just letting it wrap around us in our environment? Are we being serving towards others, or are we self-serving? You know, because it goes both hands with supermoons. It all depends on how you're allowing the situation to direct you. And here with the supermoon, this is just telling me that it's okay to be emotional in this time, but just be mindful that you aren't feeling triggered and destroying. Okay, don't feel triggered and destroy. Use that emotion, use that strength, that power, that energy that's coming from this moon, that's coming from your emotional space, and use it in a way that builds. Okay, don't destroy it, build it. Build it and they will come. I just heard that, which I like that. So Spirit is telling me at this point that even though it feels like it's a lot, waiting and wanting to know what's going on, it feels like it's a lot, whatever the situation is, but we're just getting into the collective of the Aquarius. I'm not thinking about anything else other than how the energy feels here, and it does feel like it could go either way for you. It's amplified, the weight of it and the waiting in it. Okay, so we've got emotions running high, the change is happening, we're not dealing well, or are we? It really comes down to a choice. Are you serving others, which is being more cooperative, more fluid with things, or are we self-serving and being destructive and alienating others? Let's find out. Let's ask Isis Oracle for a card for Aquarius Collective, please. Thank you. Ooh. I freaking love this for you, Aquarius, because you just got the Supermoon, which actually denotes, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's talking about this intuition, because I told you change always, when it comes to your spiritual side, change always is hard, but your intuition will always keep asking you to change, and that's because it'll keep making you trust and believe that something can be better. That's trusting your intuition, trusting your gut feeling to make the right choice, to understand and respond correctly to the situation. Okay, and here we have Eye of Horus. Okay, we have Eye of Horus. I love these cards. And it says, the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. See. You have to realize that at some point when you're feeling a certain way, like in your bones, you're just feeling this overwhelming emotion, just know that at some point you have to sit with it and ask it why, or ask yourself why you're feeling this emotion. And it's like a lot of us will turn it, like here, you look at the yin and yang, will turn dark side. But for some odd reason, you have to realize that even when we go dark side, the light still shines. The light still shines. And sometimes we're really positive, but then there's always these lingering doubts. You know what I mean? Like it's you're human, but what you need to find is the balance in the middle, the flow. Okay? So with the Eye of Horus, it's asking you to realize that you do have really good instincts, you do have really good perception of situations, and to trust yourself sometimes, trust in who you are and what you know, and use that. You know, if it feels right, it is right. So if you're getting a really strong urge or pull to do something with the Supermoon, which is going on right now, if it's pulling at you, ask it why it's pulling at you. Okay? Ask why your emotions are running high. Ask why your intuition is telling you to do something, or your thoughts or this urge is pulling you to do something. Ask it why. And as the more you start to understand it, the more you go into the flow. You know, your balance of light and dark. Okay? Alright, let's pull out Aquarius energy and then we'll pull your person in. But I always like to focus directly on Aquarius, what may be going on in this current space, and just sort of have a feel of what's happening in the in the realm of spirit when it comes to you. You know what I mean? It's sometimes we don't understand what's going on, but this is a time to really sit and think about why you feel a certain way. Okay, so we're going to get your energy. Can I please have the energy of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? That was quick. Ooh, okay, that's good. One more, please. Ooh, well, you've actually got one that turned down, and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to keep it to the side because I wonder why it came out like that. But here you have happy, happy, and regeneration. It's kind of contradictory, okay? Because happy, happy is like this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You know, like it's you're feeling good. You're feeling high vibrational. And then in regeneration, it's a beautiful space, but it's a space of growth, so it's quite painful. So it's interesting that you have, I think you're putting on a really good front of trying to be positive and a smile, but underneath it all, you're really feeling the change, which could be triggering a lot of your emotional space, you know. But Spirit has your back on that one with the Eye of Horus. That literally is the pineal gland, right? So that's intuitive sight. And it's just saying that I feel, I'm going to be honest, Spirit is giving you permission to feel a little wonky. Because, why? Why? Because you're human. And to be human is to feel wonky sometimes. Because even like you look at it, it's sort of, the flow isn't straight up and down. The flow curves, there's bends, and it all moves fluidly, but it never moves in a straight line. And it's just talking about, maybe sometimes life throws you a curve to show you that you need more growth in a space. Because I always look at this and I see like a purge, the full-on purge, and then I see right in there these little leaves. I know it's a bit hard for you to see, but even though this tree is scarred and burnt, there's still growth there. There's still, the leaves always remind me of potential to grow, okay? Leaves on that tree, the tree that's been in the forest fire, and everything else has been wiped out but this tree. And the tree usually can indicate a growth space for you, for a family, because you revert it back to what family tree. So some of you may be having family issues, but you're not trying to let it get you down. And the thing is, even though I'm just getting them, they're saying something like locked in position. It's like you feel the weight, and the weight, it's interesting that I brought that up. Even though you're happy, this is starting to grate on your patience. Like, you're just about nearly done waiting, and it's become heavier because the more you sit with it or sit in your space, the more you have to actually look how things function and whether they function better or not. Okay, so it's just interesting that it came out like that. So we're going to pull in this person, and then after that I'm going to read this side card here. So okay, some of yous may be at a space where I just heard the word regret, and that's I went, oh. So some of you may have regrets when it comes to love. You may have said, you know what, I'm good, I'm going to move on now, but really deep down inside it's hurting. Not that you're going to show anybody this, but you're trying to act real good, I'm the life of the party, but there's this pain, that's this burn. Yeah, burn for you, yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely for those that might have actually had a breakup in this time, or broken up before the lockdown, and you're not being able to communicate with your person properly because it feels like you might have thought maybe, okay, stuff this, I'm just going to go it alone, and then the lockdown, or yeah, I feel like that is a scenario, or those that may have separated in the break. Somebody may have just decided, I want a lifestyle change. I mean, it could be that simple, but feels like for those that actually want to know if this is about love, this is actually yes. But you may be just putting on that happy face for others, but inside it's really starting to grate on you or hurt you, you know, because it's not an easy space to sort of grow in a time where everything was unsure, right? Okay, so let's bring the person that Aquarius is thinking about right now. Ooh. Boom, yang, look at that, there's that fire. That's what started your they just said shitstorm. Okay, it went down, didn't it? Something went down with you guys. Your person brought the fire, they gave it directly to you, but it's someone that you do care about a lot. It's interesting because you do care about this person, because of how they come forward. It's interesting. It's like there's a lot of passion, and I'm seeing stars here, healing, wish fulfillment. It's almost like they're saying, I could give you the world, I could give you everything, but what they gave you was a lot of pain. Oh, sorry, as Spirit will say, they gave you a lot of chaos and conflict. Because I never really liked this card, and I don't hate it, but I never really liked the energy that it gives me, because it's almost like someone was being fake. Someone was pretending to be a giraffe, and a giraffe is the energy or the animal spirit of being able to see the bigger picture, because they can see up and over things, you know, the elongated neck. They have perception and vision, but they don't. And here you can see it's like I think it's interesting, because I'm going to be honest, you're almost mirroring each other. And I'm just going to say it, because here you are over here being I just heard, I'm young, free and single. You may not be young, free or single, but it's just that, you know, I'm going to go it on my own. And then you have this yang energy, which resonates in this deck with the number 1, about the one. So before we talked about, are we serving others or are we self-serving? And it feels like these are very individual people here. Somebody walked away. I feel like it's Aquarius has walked away, gone through a purging space, and your person is like, okay, well, I'm going to be here bringing the heat, but they're also going through a space of chaos and conflict, which can be translated or interpreted, is a better word, as a growth space too, a purge. Because it's almost like all the artificial layers are coming away, and they're starting to realize, oh shit, I'm a zebra, not a giraffe. Okay? So it is very interesting. Yeah. Alright guys, so I'm just going to look at this card. Yeah, see, look. Should I stay or should I go? I don't know. If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. It's like I feel whoever walked away, because it feels like it could switch. That's the thing. It's like, it's weird because you're mirroring each other, and it's almost like you both could be this either or. Because of the indecision, you're both you're both forked. And it's just interesting, because I feel like there's a lot of, I'm gonna say it guys, but there's a lot of mind games manipulation here. Misdirection. This is like a limbo card. It's neither dead nor alive. It's neither here, neither there, or nor there. You know, it's like it has energy but no form. Which is, who do I listen to? Do I listen to my my mind of clarity, or do I listen to my monkey mind? You have to be mindful here. It's why Eye of Horus, it's asking you to use the right eye. Not the I, not the self, but the I of the we. And you know what I mean? Like the I, the pineal gland is it's almost like our sonar. You know what I mean? It's the images we can see with our third eye. So it talks in this particular card, it talks about your abilities, spiritual abilities, including divine sight. But what it's saying is to use your intuition to gain insight in this situation, because you're indecisive at this point. But you're trying to find your happy space, Aquarius. You just want to be happy and high vibing. You just want to be free, but you feel locked down to this situation, and the situation causes a lot of questions. That's why I was getting the why. Why am I feeling so triggered? Why are my emotions running so high? And they're just asking you to see it for what it truly is, which is a sad space to be, because these two energies are really quite strong, beautiful energies. You know what I mean? The happy and the yang. The yang is divine masculine energy. It represents a fire sign as well. But over here you've got the happy, resonating with the number 26, which breaks down to an 8. So much potential. Yep, I just heard it. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. But life happens, guys. Life happens sometimes, and we have to be creative when it gets like that. So let's have a look at the psyche. I use the fairy oracles for this particular deck, for this particular read, to find the psyche. And I use this because it shows me if somebody has shadows, like mental shadows, like self-sabotaging or self-destructive types of personalities. And it gives it an energy and a face, so it's easier to read. Alright, so here we have the fairy oracle. And let's see where Aquarius is at when it comes... let's see where Aquarius is at where it comes to the person that they actually love, but don't know if they love. It's just like, I love you, but I don't know how to love you. It could be you, it could be this person, but it feels like it's like, how I said it was like either or. It literally is saying it could be either or. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to say this, Aquarius. You're longing, and I know why, because both cards that I've seen that have flipped out in this deck when I've asked for your psyche, or what you think about this person, I got the loam. And if I was to be honest, the first card I did see was unity. So even though you're on your own, you're battered, you're bruised. You see this? This is the love card. This is a beautiful love card, but it's not a moving card. So it's like, I'm in the space, I'm longing, I'm loving, I'm a bit hurt, I can't really fly because look at her wings. The loam is a soulmate card. She longs for love, but yet she doesn't move towards it. You know what I mean? It's quite nice. I'm sorry, I just heard, this is what they want me to say, is that you do have a beautiful nature when you're in a space of love. Like, you just find it really hard to talk about stuff, because the loam doesn't speak, she longs. She's not the communicative type, but it's like, understand my feelings, even if I don't speak the words. But that can be easily misinterpreted by someone that cannot understand your mind or read your mind. Do you know what I mean? So communication wise, not the greatest card to have. So let's look at your person, how they think about you, Aquarius. You're trying hard not to think about you, I can tell you. They're resisting. Okay. Not the greatest card to have when it comes... This person's a nitpicker. Now, when I say nitpicker, it's someone their details, the detail of it. I want every single little detail. This person is ripping themselves up. They're replaying a lot of scenarios that have happened in their mind, and it's this is a stubborn person, by the way. Definitely someone from your past, because they've got 33, and even though 33 is a master number, you don't break it down. 3 plus 3 equals 6. It's similar, definitely different, but and you got 42 here breaking down to a 6. So definitely a lot of issues from the past, but they are looking at every single detail. That's the thing about Mike the Myomancer, him, is that he sees everything. Like, he sees all the patterns, he sees it all, and that's good. But when you're over analyzing everything, it can be tiresome for the loam, who doesn't like to nitpick. She's longing, she's looking, the loam looks towards the fantasy of it and less about the reality of it. And Mike the Myomancer is all in the reality and patterns and structure and detail, and it's almost like he's taking, this is mine, this is yours, writing lists of what belongs to who. This is almost like a lawyer's mind, like someone who's got a lot of lists of things, and they need to tick every single box, otherwise it'll just, it just wrecks their brain. So definitely a high functioning overthinker when it comes to you. And Aquarius is just like, but I just love you, but I need you to read my mind, and your person's mind is going way too fast for them to process anything else. And that's them, because they are self-serving, and the yang energy is self-serving. And the thing is, the loam is a beautiful energy. You literally have 2 loams together. This is happy, but see that key locked, and then here the loam, unconditional love, but locked into space, into that place, because she can't fly. You got 2 loams, literally 2 different cards. And she is a beautiful energy, like I said, but just not the greatest at communicating. Alright. Let's look at the emotional space. Let's see. How does Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter feel about this person coming towards them in this reading? How do they feel about them? What is the emotions here? Whoa. Well. Oh gosh, I saw it, but here we go, the snake. See, it's interesting. I'm just going to put it out there, because it's just telling me how you feel is very complicated, and you keep it to yourself because you're feeling everything. You feel everything, but you don't share it. See how you keep the snake is around it. Okay, so it does talk about a cycle. But it's like a transformation, but it's being kept quiet. That's what I'm getting. It's like all I heard with that card was shh, which is weird, because I was thinking like maybe it's like a snake, and the hissing and the elongated s's, but it's just went shh. So it was interesting. Like, when it comes to your feelings, you don't deal with your feelings. You bottle them up deep down inside, Aquarius, and it causes the burn. You're causing your own burn. This person thinks they're burning you. This person thinks they're hurting you, but you hurt yourself because you're not expressing all this stuff. That's a lot of stuff going on. That's sacred geometry. That's complicated equations. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a lot. And I don't know, but it's almost like you decompartmentalize everything and put it into a certain space, but it's almost like your computer needs to defrag You have too many boxes everywhere of emotions that have never been shared or allowed to be when it comes to this person. So just be mindful of that. That's not always healthy. Sorry, guys. That's not always healthy when it comes to keeping your emotions so wrapped up like that. You're like literally biting your own tail, you know? It's like you're biting your tongue. Thank you. You're biting your tongue when it comes to this person. You don't share it. And yet you know you feel so much love for this person, but you act nonchalant. You act like you don't care. But it's not that you... okay, I don't want to be too harsh, because I feel like I just said that and then I just felt a lot of people go, no, I feel everything. It shows you feel everything. But your outward image is that you act like you don't care. But that's not how you feel inside. And we know it in your mind and in your heart. It's very much the same. How you feel about this person is very much the same. There's love there, but you don't share it. There's emotion there, but you don't share it. You think about this person, but you don't share it. Let's see how a person feels about you. Yeah, see, it's fragile. It's interesting because it's a positive card. It talks about transformation too, and you've got the snake, which talks about transformation. You're both in a space of change, and I know that because you're both feeling it, but this person feels a lot lighter, and I know it's because they're actually casting off the fake and embracing the real. Okay, like they've gone from the caterpillar and now emerging as a butterfly. So emotionally they do feel fragile when it comes to you. Very fragile, this person. Their mind, the rubber band in their mind is wound very tight, and if you tweak it, it will snap, literally. And they feel that too. It's like they're very close to a breakdown. They try to keep it together, they try to act, but it's they're a lot more fragile than you, Aquarius, or whoever's watching that resonates with the Aquarius energy. I want to see the mutual feelings between both, please. How they feel about each other. Oof, yeah. The elephant. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. 'Cause the power, I can't remember, it's electrifying. You better shape up. Like there's two sides to every story. But the thing is, you both love each other, but choose not to share it, or choose not to express it properly, and cause your own blockages. Like this love, it's neither here nor there, and it's the elephant spirit here represents Ganesha, and Ganesha is the clearer or the smoother of paths. So he removes obstacles, but he also does the opposite and can actually put blockages in the way for you to learn that what you have to do to remove these blockages. So something is being blocked here, because usually I would get a really strong pinpoint focus, but when I get that, I got chills. I get a Grease song in there. That's about when they both realize that they love each other and they want to be together, but there's you gotta love me for me. Love me like I do love you. Love me the same. And that's not a hard, okay guys, I'm so sorry, I'm just like blah, blah, blah. When you love somebody, you love them the way you want to be loved. You don't demand it, you don't expect it, and not return it. Okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Love me like you do. It just keeps singing it in my head. I think you guys need to go to couples meditation. Would help you guys a lot with your finding the flow of your energies here. Because here's the thing, if you want to resonate with the frequency of love, where you're receiving love, you actually have to choose to receive love. Sometimes we suffer and we don't know that we're suffering. Okay, I'm just going to get into this big speech for you guys. We don't know that we're suffering. We don't know, we don't understand these blockages. We don't understand why we're stuck in limbo with someone that we truly, utterly love, but cannot communicate to them how we feel, because it's just too much. And the thing is, emotions are running high for sure. For sure. But Spirit wants you to gain insight in the space. They really want you to realize who you are and what you want and who you want it with. And you know you want this person. And I'm going to get a lot of people going, no, but yes, if you're watching this reading for this person, you want this person. This person still means something to you. You don't watch love readings to wish this person doesn't love you anymore, right? I know that sounds rude, whatever people will think, but it's actually the truth. And we have to start admitting to ourselves that sometimes we watch tarot readings or oracle card readings for other people that we wish we didn't love, but somewhere deep inside us we still do. And to do that is not wrong, okay? To do that is not wrong, as long as you're real with yourself. Watching tarot readings for ex-partners is never wrong. See, I like that. I'm just going to allow them to talk now. I'm going to pull this back in, because, yeah, that was a lot. But I'll keep that. So what Spirit is actually asking me to tell you is to get your mind out of the gutter. Now, 8 of Swords is about what we call mental mind flux, which isn't very good. But in reverse, it's actually saying to me to tell you to get your mind out of the gutter. So when it says get your mind out of the gutter, we're not talking dirty thoughts here. We're talking negative thoughts. Going in the gutter is also about getting dirty. So we're soiling the thoughts of love with our contamination. This is how it's coming out, guys. I do apologize. But the contamination is that we believe love doesn't belong to us, and we push the people we love away. And that's why it's asking you to stop being in the gutter of your mind and start thinking more clearly and seeing and freeing yourself from these really silly obstacles that we put in the way. I mean, life happens. I don't know the temperament of your person. I don't know if they mistreated you, if I'm really getting into that space, because I really don't want to get into that space if they've mistreated you. Let's just say they did. Let's just say this person really mistreated you. I feel like they did, but I feel like they don't know that they have, okay? So we have this mutual space of you being in a really chaotic time, but really still trying to act like you're happy, but not, okay? And when Spirit brings this card out first, it tells me that a lot of this time you've been in a mental mind fuck. That's what it is, but I call it a flux. And when they tell me that you've had a lot of negative energy going into your mind space, what it does is what you perceive, you believe, and receive, thus manifest. Now this is something that I got, like a long time ago, but it feels current right now. So how you think, you start feeling and believing and creating and manifesting it into your reality. What you think, you express into being. And the universe itself then sees you expressing this thought, you thinking this thought, you feeling this thought, you resonating with these negative thoughts, and then bring forward negative thoughts to you, because that's what you're attracting. And thus manifest negative thoughts and negative situations in your life. So get your mind out of the gutter and start loving yourself. Really, really, really do. Because when you do, the world does, the universe does, people do. It's everybody knows this. It's common sense, but it's hard to know how to do it. And it just starts by, when you realize you're thinking negatively, start telling yourself that thinking negatively like that is wrong, and find a good thought to focus on. and just repeat that thought, even if it's like, it's okay, I'm going to rest, it's going to be better in the morning, the sun will come out tomorrow, things like that, it'll get better, and just focus on that space, because right now you're unhappy. Your blockages are stopping you from having the 10 of cups, and the 10 of cups, like mum, dad, the kids, in the rainbow of blessings, happiness. This is fulfillment of the heart, but you're not that. You're not feeling that right now. You're not feeling blessed right now. They want you to realize that you could be. You have to start realizing that for yourself, that you could be blessed. As soon as you start believing you are, you will be. That's how it goes. It's all about the law of attraction, if you're into that. See, 8 of Pentacles. You got to work for it. You got to work hard. Okay. This talks about mastering a trade, but they're asking me to tell you to master yourself, the physical form of you. Definitely, Aquarius. It's time to put in the work, the effort, to make this shiny pentacle. I'm sorry. It's like, it's time to start fixing things, time to start creating things, building. We talked about this, building something and not destroying it. Don't destroy it because your mind tells you to do that. You have to start listening to your intuition and not that the psyche. The psyche will always destroy you, okay? Because it's constantly running. You know what I mean? It's like a default program. You need to defrag all these out of date apps that are running in the background of the computer that is your mind. You should look at your mind like it's a computer, an advanced one, but it stores data. It literally does everything a computer does, but it still needs maintenance. And this is when you reassess, renew, reset, redo, whatever it is that you need to do, and start working hard on yourself. Okay? You have to start working hard on yourself, so you start creating a better reality for you now in this time. Okay. Yeah, here we got the Ace of Cups. So an abundant new beginning, a new romantic cycle is starting. This could be an offer of love coming forward, an overflow of love. And it can also represent self-love as well. So work hard on loving yourself. That's literally what it says to me as a reader, or how I'm interpreting it with this energy. Okay. Yeah, because there's blockages. See, stop blocking love. It's like I want love. I love love. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. But then you're like, no, but I'm afraid of it. Your person needs you to just they need to stop too anyway. They need to stop it too. They're just as bad as you. In fact, they may be worse. You've got 8 of Swords, so you're getting your head out of the gutter, but your person is just on defense, because there is like bringing the heat. They're bringing the heat. But they do love you. It's like, I love you, but I want to hurt you. Because I feel for them that love is pain. Because this is how they've seen love, or how love's being shown to them, is that love hurts. But love doesn't hurt. Hurt hurts. You know what I mean? I loved you so much it hurt. It's like, well, if it's hurting, it's not good. It's like you've gone too far. There has to be a form of being detached, of being able to love someone but not attached to their feelings. You know what I mean? You have to understand their feelings, but you're not. Their feelings are their feelings, not your feelings. And it's just like, people, we're gonna get triggered sometimes when it comes to our feelings. We're gonna be amplified in some spaces, in some scenarios, in some emotional spaces. But we have to realize that as soon as we realize that we are amplified, to tone them down to a space where we can process them better. And that sometimes it's like just pulling away and being quiet for 5 minutes and ask yourself why. Because there's a lot of blockages here, and a lot of it is in the mental space. It's like, why are your emotions getting so worked up? It's because you're thinking something, and when you're overthinking something, or when you're wanting something so bad that you can't have it, it can get to a point where your body reacts to it and your emotions start rising. You either can be angry or loving. It all depends. Oh, one just flew out. Okay. Yeah. The Emperor, but it was in reverse. So it talks about, see, it's like get your head out of the gutter, but the Emperor in reverse can talk about being a lot more flexible and less controlling. The Emperor, yeah. I just heard it. Let it go, let it go. If you love something, let it go. That's how you're thinking. But was that the right move of the situation? Because you may lose somebody. But, be more flexible. Don't assume everyone needs to bend to your will, or have to be a certain way to be loved. Because, okay, alright. So, definitely in a space of, you got the Emperor, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Swords in reverse. Your person can't let go. You got the Eight of Wands underneath the deck. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, I'd read for hours if they'd let me. What it's saying here is that there has to be some type of give. Because what's happening now, the communication that you guys are doing, and it's coming really hard and fast, is negative with this Page of Wands. So someone's being unstable or inflexible. No. Someone's not made the right decision. And it's caused a lot of negative backlash here, because the Page of Wands is bad news, right? And then there's the stress and anxiety and not being able to free yourself mentally from this issue. So you really need to talk to this person or make moves towards this person to clear this energy, okay? To clear the energy of distrust. There's a lot of stress here, a lot of overthinking, a lot of, the mental space in here is pretty dark. Like I said, the loam can be attached, but yet not make any moves. 3. Okay, just lighten up a bit. Start making moves. Just start making bold moves. Be flexible in this space. If you want to talk to this person, reach out and talk to them. Here we have the Three of Cups, which can talk about reconciliation, parties, community. It's a celebration card. So start celebrating the things that are good about this person. Think about that instead of all the negative things. We all know that there are negative personalities out there, so your person may be worse than what's being described in these cards, or they could be less. You know what I mean? It's all dependent on your situation. Okay. Anything else? Anything else for Aquarius? Anything else for Aquarius? Okay. All right, I see you. Sharing is caring, guys. This is my sharing is caring. I've got my own phrases. Here we have the Six of Pentacles. It's definitely sharing, but you see how he's sort of like, they're all peasants, they're beggars. So just be careful on who you share your love with. Elevate your eyes, elevate your heart and your mind to have better standards. It's that better shape up. So that song from Greece, and she says, you better shape up because I need a man to keep me satisfied. You better shape up. You got to understand. Oh, okay, I can't remember. It's been years, guys. I'm so sorry. I've just listened to that song just once. Just entertain me and look at that song just once. And and see if you resonate with it. But it's just be mindful here that you're not sharing something with the wrong people. I don't know why. It feels like a warning. Okay. Don't go giving out what you don't have. That's information, time, money, love, sex. When I say that, I just mean just be mindful of who you're giving your body to if you're single, or where you're looking to invest your money in. Make sure it's the right person. Yeah. But yeah, I tell you what, if you were to talk to your person and talk about reconciliation or trying to make it work, I feel like it might actually be favorable, because you may find that this person will reciprocate it. That's what that means there. But there is a warning about that too. Just be mindful. There's a lot of heat coming off that card. So, there is a lot of, I feel like if you talk to them, because I don't know if they'll come forward, because I feel like it has to be Aquarius that comes forward, or whoever's watching this message now. You, yes, you, if you're a cross watcher, you need to come forward and talk about reconciliation if it's what you want. And I feel like it will be reciprocated, because if you were to remove that line of stress, behind the Six of Pentacles would be that Ace of Cups, which is an offer of love. And I think a lot of the hesitation here is that you feel if this was offered, it would be blocked or denied. But your person can't move on, and neither can you, and it's stressing you right out, because you're just being, you're just killing yourself with negative thoughts here. Yeah, raise your head, raise your heart, raise your vibration. Everybody deserves the love that they want, but they just got to know how to get it. And sometimes you just got to ask the universe for something better, and then mold it, because it is our reality is our perception, our own perception. That's why people never see the same thing when they're looking at the same object. They'll see it from their own point of view. So be flexible when it comes to your person's point of view. Don't be so stubborn. Don't go to negative town and start spouting off negative stuff from the past, because that will not serve this situation. If you want to redeem this situation, you can. If you don't, then it will just keep moving the way it is, and you'll always have this scar. I'm going to say that now. You'll always have the scars of this. Sometimes we just need resolution, and resolution with ourselves. Yeah. But I'll just repeat this before I go. Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection, so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. Spirit says go for it. If it feels right, go for it. If it feels wrong, go for it. And I only say that because sometimes our thoughts aren't what's real. It's only how we're perceiving it, but it may not be how this person sees it. So I feel like if anything you'll gain from this would be closure, or you actually gain back the person that you truly actually love. It's up to you, Aquarius. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. That was a totally in-depth one for you guys. Sorry it's been so long. If you resonated with that message, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. I'll be definitely putting more messages out, more current ones for the time. Alright guys, so take care, look after yourselves. Bye.